Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. This is the Doctor, and I am going to start a new series in Star Trek Online today. This is going to be a whole new playlist of missions or episodes in the game, and this will be on Ensign Ricky, and boy is he looking fancy today, as you can see. He is all dressed up and ready to go for this new series. So Ensign Ricky was our Federation character that we did a complete run-through on a long while ago now, and the game has changed a lot since then. It is now post-Season 9, and we are waiting on Season 9.5. So, yeah, a lot has happened. Ensign Ricky himself has not had so many updates. I have got him a Romulan engineering kit Mark 12. So he has a better engineering kit now. Of course, he is an engineer. So that means he has better kit powers than when we left off finishing up his whole level up and everything. So he's got a better kit. However, he doesn't have the new modular kits. He does not have any of that. He's just got the Romulan one, which you get from the Fleet Embassy if you have a Tier 3 Fleet Embassy. Other than that, I have been showing ships on him quite a bit, and you guys have seen that. Several ships we've been through. This is the one that I've got on him right now. It's the last ship I showed on Ensign Ricky. It is the Galaxy X, or Dreadnought, and I'm going to continue to use this ship during this series. So what is this series? Well, in Season 8 of Star Trek Online, and Season 9 in fact, Cryptic updated a bunch of missions or episodes, and I am now going to go back and replay those missions or episodes that they have updated from Season 8 and Season 9, each one. These missions we've played before. They're not new missions, they're older missions that have just been updated, or revamped is the word. Revamped missions. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the Season 8 revamped missions, and then I'm going to play the Season 9 revamped missions. So for Season 8, they totally revamped the Klingon War stories. The entire Klingon War. When you go to missions, episodes, Klingon War, this is the first thing you are introduced to in the game when you are a new player. This is the very first stuff, the very first storyline on the Federation, I should say. Obviously, it's different on Klingon or KDF, but on the Federation side, the Klingon War is what you're introduced to. Now, the Klingon War is no longer applicable in a sense because they ended the Klingon War with the latest featured episode, Surface Tension. So technically, spoilers, the Klingon War is now over. We are now in the year we are now a year ahead of where we were last time, I guess you could say, or before Season 9. However, when you start the game, the war is still on, so it's kind of strange, and it will seem weird to us going back and playing this, but if you're a new player to the game, you start with the war being on. And you go through the Klingon War, and then Wasteland, Romulan Mystery, Cardassian Struggle, Borg Green, and then once you get to the Solanae, Dyson Sphere stuff, and you get to the end of that, then the war is over. So we're going to go back to a time when the war is on. Here's what they've done. They have revamped episodes in the Klingon War to do several things, and I'm reading this from a different webpage. They have added mini contacts inside some of the episodes, and these fly-out messages from your bridge officers, or occasionally from your enemies, to enhance the storytelling of the game. Mini contacts are a great way for us to get across a little bit of dialogue, flavor, or explanatory text without taking up an entire contact window or stopping the flow of play, so we've taken advantage of these. Another thing they've done is better encounter pacing. Rather than pacing several encounters with the same difficulty level all in a row, we've paced the encounters so that you'll face different levels of challenges. Sometimes you'll surprise a few enemy ensigns or technicians, and you'll be able to defeat them handily. But when you reach the goal of your mission, you better be prepared for a tough enemy captain who's trying to stop you. Okay. They've removed extraneous encounters. To improve the flow of the missions, we've removed some encounters that didn't make sense or weren't important to the story. This way you know that when you're pressed into combat with enemies, it's because it's important to your goals. That's cool. Cloak friendly. If you play a ship with a cloaking device, then ding ding ding, the Galaxy X has a cloaking device, like an upgraded Defiant class vessel or a Federation allied Romulan ship. You'll find that many of the missions are much more accommodating for use of your cloaking device. You won't be decloaked by most simple actions, and sometimes having your cloak active can change how other ships respond to you. I loved that. That's always been a pet peeve of mine, is that the cloaking, it was not cloaking aware, these missions, and now finally this first whole Klingon war is cloak aware. So that is very awesome. There are new art and environments. We've updated some of our old maps with new art to make them more beautiful, more playable, and more distinctive. You'll see this on missions such as Researcher Rescue and the Kuvik Ma, where the outdoor maps have been redone to take advantage of new terrain and vegetation. And in Hide and Seek and Stop the Signal, where the Klingon listening posts are now much more Klingon themed. Task Force Hypocrites boasts an entirely new interior map for its research hospital. The Kuvik Ma has a new map for the Federation Embassy on Regulus 4, and the maps for Hatoria and the Ultimate Klingon likewise got an update, including all of our latest tricks for the winter cold, where you'll see the fog of your breath and slip on the black ice. That's very cool. I love it when they go back and revamp art and environments. Because that's something that really gets outdated in a game, especially like this, that has missions that date back to the beginning of the game. You start to get this like difference. It starts to feel like two different games from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. So that's good that they've gone and done that, and I hope they do that with more missions actually. And they continue to improve upon that kind of stuff. It really, really helps. Tightened and improved dialogue. In many places, we've tightened up the dialogue for the missions so that you can pick up the story with only a page or two of text. Also, we've made sure that your captain has a say in how missions progress. Instead of being told what to do by your bridge officers, you're giving orders while they look to your leadership. Along with this, we've snuck in a few cases where your species or career can alter the dialogue, in cases where your choice of dialogue can affect the outcome of the missions. Now that, I think, is awesome. And they've added career-specific options and accolades. We've added alternate paths for several mission goals based on your career. If you are not playing a character of the appropriate career, fear not. You can still team up with someone and follow the alternate path and get credit for the new accolades that are included. So those are all the updates that they've done. Now, what missions or episodes have they done this to? The missions they've done this to are, starting with Stranded in Space, Diplomatic Orders, Hide and Seek, Stop the Signal. I'm reading this from, again, the webpage. Researcher Rescue. And so this is all going in order. The Kuvik Ma, Treasure Trading Station, Secret Orders, Task Force Hypocrites, and then it skips. The Skirmish, Spin the Wheel, What Lies Beneath, Everything Old, Night of the Comet. It skips and then goes to the Ultimate Klingon. That's where the next update's at. And then it goes to Not the Doomsday Device. It skips that, goes to City on the Edge of Never, and then Past Imperfect, and that's it. And it says the mission War is Good for Business has been removed. So they did remove one mission that I guess just isn't relevant anymore, but it was War is Good for Business. It dealt with a Ferengi, and you had to go chase him down or something, and then you did, and you captured him. Well, that mission is no longer in the game. So those people that are looking for that mission, or are thinking, I remember there used to be a mission about this, this, and this. Well, it was called War is Good for Business, and Cryptic felt it was no longer relevant. So this is what I'm going to start out with. These are the Season 8 revamped missions. I'm going to play all of them in order. Make one video per mission. Then after that, we will get to the Season 9 updates. And the Season 9 updates deal with the Borg and the Undine. They have revamped the Borg missions. So that will be a lot of fun too, so stay tuned for that. But first I'm going to start by going back to the beginning of the game with Stranded in Space. Save the crew of the Bullion Freighter from the fierce Orion Syndicates. This will be fun to play, having a level 50 character completely kitted out, geared up with a Galaxy X and this engineering kit and everything. He's gonna have a great time in these missions. Be real easy, hopefully. We will see anyway. You have already completed this mission. Rewards will be reduced. I don't really care about that. Alright, Admiral, I've received a report that there's a Bullion Freighter that is overdue arriving at our space dock. It may need assistance. Please talk to Malcolm Sissel in the shipyard. He will have more information about the missing vessel. Speak to Malcolm Sissel, and then you get stuff. And because I'm level 50, all my rewards are going to be Mark 11. Alright, so just like the first original version of the mission started, you still have to go find Malcolm Sissel and talk to him first. So that's a requirement that is not going away. I guess that's just to get to show you around ESD or something. I don't even know where there is Malcolm Sissel. So in the new ESD, there's where Malcolm Sissel is. So new players have to find Malcolm Sissel. That's like the first mission they have to do. That's cool, kind of cool. But it brings them right down here to show them the shipyard. So that's neat. Greetings, Admiral. So you're here to talk about the missing freighter. We haven't had a communique from the SSS Azura in more than 20 hours. Dana Brotz is an experienced captain and the daughter of a former Starfleet officer. It's not like her to be out of contact. It'd be real help if you could go out to the sector space and find the Azura. Blah, blah, blah. And also, this is a way just to get you to find out that there is sector space, because new players don't know that exists. When you are ready to return to your ship, click the beam, you know, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know. Okay, cool. So, now let's go to space. Very introductory kind of mission, obviously. It's the very first mission of the game, so it has to be. Well, I guess there's that new one called Welcome to Space Dock. I've never done that. I don't even know what that is. Maybe I should try that. Although, wouldn't that be the tutorial? No, that's not the tutorial. I don't know what it is. Anyway, might be a tutorial. Now I have to go find out. Settle into... I can't replay it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Bah. Anyway, probably do that as part of the tutorial when you first start the game. Okay, Azure. Oh, we need to go to sector space. So, this will be interesting to see how they've changed from how they were last time, before Season 8. And I'm going to have to try to remember how they were, because it's been a long time since I played these missions. But maybe we can pick up some of the differences. If not, sit back, relax, and watch a replay of these. Ooh, that's new. To any ships in range, this is Dana Broad of the Transport Azure. Please help, warp core, blah, blah, blah. That's new, so that's cool. Let you know you're close to where you need to be anyway. Rescue the Azura. Okay. To any ships in range, is Dana brought? Yes, we know. Please help. We're being pursued by Orion Raiders. Crew injured, taking heavy fire, ripping out of warp near your coordinates. Need assistance, evacuation, and need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us. Psi-1. Keep track. Of course, I guess it's going to use the name of my bridge officers that I've used, and I've named my bridge officers like Saurian Tactical 2, Saurian Tactical 1, Borg. I've got Anar, Jem'Hadar, Borg, and Breen as my ground officers. I've named them very descriptively, as you can see, so... But it's cool that it's using the name that you put in there. That's new, too. I like that. Science 1, keep tracking that distress signal. And I'm giving orders for a change. That's new. Guess that's my ship over there, yeah. I always love that cutscene. That's a really nice cutscene. Cool, and it shows us our ship. destroy the ship's surgeons, stripping up several light attack craft. We will need to deal with them. Full power to shields, Helm. Take us in range. That's cool. I'm in command of my ship.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Boy, that was difficult.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Scan the Azura. Captain, I'm detecting elevated radiation levels on the Azura. I've alerted the transporter chief of the situation. She can brief you before you beam over. Away team, report to the transporter room. Sweet. Now, I haven't done any editing to my bridge officers since we played the whole mission arc of the game, so they are just as they were left off at the end of my playthrough, so I really haven't messed with them. Haven't even used them since then. Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem. Step on the transporter, blah blah blah. Try to keep a lock on us and prepare to transport survivors. So, big thing I'm noticing here is that, yeah, I am definitely giving orders rather than before where it just told you what was going on. I feel like a captain telling my crew what to do. That's an improvement. Like, why wasn't it that way in the beginning anyway, though? Right. Sir, I'm picking up multiple life signs. Some of them are the Azura's captain and crew, but the rest are Orion. Rescue survivors is our top. Plasma leaks are blocking our path. Use consoles to bypass the leaks. Rescuing survivors is our top priority. And there should be career-specific things like there were before. I'm an engineer, so I do the career engineering-specific thingy. Ooh, here's a thing I have to click on because it's there. And I get 2 small power cells. We are rocking it now. Alright, here we go. I've got an Alachi crescent rifle. That's what I'm using, by the way, and I love it. Nobody in here to fight, darn it. Science career is required to complete this test, so the science career, you need to be a science officer to save people, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but there you go. I have no science people for my crew I can beam over. See, that's kind of like weird.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Easy sauce. Easy sauce, boss.
Flanking damage detected.
Must click you. You have been clicked. Congratulations, you win the prize. You get a minor regenerator. Not a particularly hard mission, and nor should it be because it's the very first mission in the game. Basically just introduces you to controls and how to shoot your weapons. I haven't noticed a whole lot different yet, except for the fact, like I said, that you are commanding your crew. Other than that, no huge changes to this mission yet. Scanning the warp core. Catastrophic failure. Captain, yes. Okay, speak to Captain. As an engineer, I should be able to do something here. We hit an Orion ambush on our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. Our warp engine's magnetic antimatter containment field failed. We had no choice but to drop shields and use the power to try to stabilize the containment field. As soon as the shields were down, Orion's boarded the ship. I'll never let those green pirates have the Azura. Please, take my crew to safety. I'll keep trying to stabilize the warp core. I'll help your crew. Now, as an engineer, I scan warp core. If I reroute power, I can stabilize the warp core. So I do that, and bam. Okay, reroute power. Directing a level 10 force field won't repair all of the damage to Azura, but it should contain the antimatter and give the ship a fighting chance. Alright, engage force field. And the accolade's done. Now, if I had not done that already, I would get an accolade for it. But obviously, I've done it before, so I don't get the accolade again. Now we fight Orions all the way to the cargo bay.
Enemy targets on scene.
Meltdown imminent. Warning.
Ow.
Meltdown imminent.
Well, that's it. That was easy. Go to the transporter room. We'll be right behind you. Those are the survivors. I am scanning, apparently. Away team to Tom Baker. Chief, are you ready to transport? The Azura's radiation levels are returning to normal. The survivors are on the transporter pad. And away they go. Next. This is all a bit lengthy here. They added this in one of the revamps of this mission a long time ago. That transporter pad, by the way, is gigantic compared to the people. That's weird. We have them, sir. I like her uniform. Look at that. I haven't seen that uniform. Maybe they updated the uniforms on the NPCs, but that was good looking. Okay, use the transporter room. If only I could find it. Okay. Speak to the transporter chief. Yeah, I like that uniform. It's pretty nice looking. It's, I guess, showing some of her kit stuff on it. Because now all the kit items are customizable in the tailor. If you haven't gone to the tailor, you must go and check out all the new options you can enable on your character from your kit options. It's just incredible now. A whole lot of new stuff. It is very, very nice. Put it on screen, letting you know, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Destroy Orion ships.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Well, that's easily done. Boy, I love playing these old missions with like level 50 gear and everything. This is great. Eat my plasma bolts. Haha, sweet. I'm hardly taking any damage.
Target's shields have failed.
The level does scale up, but because it's like the first mission of the game, it's so easy in this stuff. Oh, I love that. Okay, that was easy. Captain, we need to get within range and try to transport, so let's do that. We are in range, so transport. Scanning, radiation levels are normal, and the force field around the warp core is holding. Many thanks. If it hadn't been for you and your crew, I would have lost my ship and my life. I'm in your debt. I'm setting a course to Earth space dock for repairs. If I see you at Club 47, the drinks are on me. Which is funny because there is no Club 47 right now. Not until they put it back in the new ESD. I think I might have a few bottles of Tranya in the cargo hold. Well, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, that's funny because there is no Club 47 yet. People just now playing this game for the first time will be like, Club 47, where's that? What is that? Alright, now that these are safely away, sir, we should take the injured crew out of the system. Starfleet is sending a shuttle to retrieve them, and they can rejoin the Azura at Earth space dock. Are you ready to go, Captain? Leave the system. Press Hail Starfleet near the minimap. Yes, I am ready to leave. Depart system. And away we go. Yeah, that was nice. No major changes to the mission, just dialogue changes mainly. Dialogue and making me feel like a captain, which is really cool. Otherwise, that one was not too out of the ordinary. What shall I take? Well, I don't need anything, so I'll just take anything. Cool. So there you go. That was the first one, stranded in space under the Klingon War. I think that now plays a little bit better than it did the first time I played it, or the second or the third or whatever. This revamp was very good for that mission. Very nice. I'm real interested to see what happens with diplomatic orders because of the whole thing with surface tension. See if they change that any. But that will have to be in the next episode. So thank you all for watching the revamp of Stranded in Space. And in the next episode, you will see the revamp of Diplomatic Orders. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.